All right, welcome to Out of the Blue B number 53.2. So now I'm going to read an actual account of what this the top level of the second sphere of the astral realm looks like. And it just gets better from here. So let's see, we're in Intra Muros, Rebecca Springer, page 19. She is in the afterlife and she's met by her husband's brother, her brother in law. He says, "Welcome, 1,000 welcomes, dearest sister, to your heavenly home." She says, "Is this beautiful place indeed to be my home?" "Yes, dear," he replied. "I built it for you and my brother, and I assure you it has been a labor of love." "Is it your home, and I am to stay with you?" I said, a little confused. "No, it is your home, and I am to stay with you till my brother comes." "Always, dear brother, always," I cried. He smiled and said, "We will enjoy the present. We will never be far apart again. But come, I am eager to show you all." Turning to the left, he led me through the beautiful marble columns that everywhere seemed substituted for doorways, into a large oblong room whose threshold I stopped, upon whose threshold I stopped in wondering delight. The entire walls and floor of the room were still of that exquisite light gray marble, polished to the greatest luster, but over walls and floor were strewn exquisite long-stem roses of every variety and color, from the deepest crimson to the most delicate shades of pink and yellow. "Come inside," said my brother. "I do not wish to crush those perfect flowers," I answered. "Well, then suppose we gather some of them." I stooped to take one from the floor close to my feet, when lo, I found it was embedded in the marble. I tried another with the same astonishing result. Then, turning to my brother, I said, "What does it mean? You surely do not tell me that none of those are natural flowers?" He nodded his head with a pleased smile and said, "This room has a history. Come in and sit with me here upon this window seat, where you can see the whole room, and let me tell you about it." I did as he desired, and he continued, "One day, as I was busily working upon the house, a company of young people, boys and girls, came to the door and asked if they might enter. I gladly gave assent, and then one of them said, 'Is this house really for Mr. and Mrs. Sprague?' 'It is,' I answered. 'We used to know and love them. They are our friends and the friends of our parents, and we want to know if we may not do something to help you make it beautiful.' 'Indeed you may,' I said, touched by the request. 'What can you do?' We were here at the time, and looking about, one of them asked, 'May we beautify this room?' 'Undoubtedly,' I said, wondering what they might try to do. All at once, the girls, all of whom had immense bunches of roses in their hands, began to throw the flowers broadcast over the floor and against the walls. Wherever they struck the walls, to even my surprise, they remained, as though in some way permanently attached. When the roses had all been scattered, the room looked just as it does now, only the flowers were really fresh gathered roses. Then the boys each produced a small case of delicate tools, and in a moment all, boys and girls, were down on the marble floor and busy at work. How they did it, I do not know. It is one of the celestial arts taught to those of highly artistic tastes. But they embedded each living flower just where and as it had fallen in the marble, and preserved it, as you see before you. They came several times before the work was completed, for the flowers do not wither here, nor fade, but were always fresh and perfect. And such a merry, happy company of young people I never saw before. They laughed and chatted and sang as they worked, and I could not help wishing more than once that the friends whom they had left mourning for them might look in upon this happy group and see how little cause they had for sorrow. At last, when all was complete, they called me to see their work. and I was not chary of my praises, either for the beauty of their work or for their skill in performing it. Then, saying they would be sure to return when either of you came, they went away together to do something of the kind elsewhere, I doubt not. So that's what we have to look forward to. A home built just for us by people who love us and know us.